Hey, I'm Dan,
I'm Tim, and we're from Stryker.
and you're watching Headbangers Lifestyle.
Ah!
So far it's been pretty amazing. It's by far the best tour we've ever been on. The crowds have been pretty incredible, and everybody in the other band's really nice guys. So it's been a treat, really, for this tour.
Yeah, I think most of the shows actually have been sold out or near sold out, so it's been a great tour.
I'm not sure, really. I guess it's really sweet to not have to load your own gear. That's one. Other than that, I'm not really sure. What do you think?
You always learn something from watching a veteran band like Primal Fear and Brainstorm. Just even the way they act or move on stage. We've been stealing some of Ralph Sheeper's stage moves, things like that. So yeah, it's a great tour, and hopefully it helps us climb the ladder of heavy metal.
No, we're super lame on tour. We're always careful not to get sick and stuff. I mean, we drink a lot, but we don't do anything really crazy because it's like, as Canadians in Europe, I mean, the last thing we want to do is go to jail or anything like that. So
we've only been pulled over twice this tour.
Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely different. Canada has a pretty good metal scene, but it's sort of nothing compared to what it's like here in Europe. We've sort of beaten this topic to death, but yeah, it's amazing for us to come over here and be able to tour and have so many people come out to the show.
Yeah, Canada's very empty. It's a 12-hour drive to the next town, and the next town only has 50,000 people in it. So touring in Europe's really great. For example, we drove, I think it was 2 hours today, and to go from Hamburg to Hannover. So that's a nice change from touring in Canada, for sure.
I think we'll sort of go wherever people will have us. So far we've been invited to Europe quite a bit, so that's been really awesome. We've only toured in the States once, but we're about to go again right after this tour, so we'll see how that goes. But we've never really had a focus. We just know like coming to Europe seems to be the most rewarding as far as like being able to have good shows with lots of fans and stuff. So it's just sort of worked out that way, I guess.
Stand in the Fire is just a really awesome slice of heavy metal. There's a combination of all the things that we like from all different genres of heavy metal. So, there's some thrash metal in there, there's some hair metal, there's some, death, and, even prog metal and all kinds of wacky stuff. We have, crazy things like saxophone is in there. We also have guest solos from guys like Brandon Ellis, who's from Arsis, and he's a crazy guitar player, and the drums were done by Randy Black, Primal Fear's ex-drummer, and everything is just, we tried our best to make sure that it's really high quality all around. So
yeah, we did this one on our own too. Like, we didn't actually work with a producer on this album, so we were able to basically just do whatever we wanted. Sometimes with the producer, they'll tell you like, no, you shouldn't do that, or you should shorten this or do this, and this time we just completely did whatever we wanted, and yeah, I think it worked out pretty good. It's a lot cheaper to do it ourselves. Also, we've sort of been thinking about it for a long time. We have the capabilities, like we've been recording ourselves for a long time, and we've sort of gotten comfortable enough with it to know what we want and how to do it. So that was a big reason, like, we felt comfortable with what we could do. I don't know. Yeah.
I think one big thing is that no one's going to work harder for you than you will. So that was kind of one big thing for us with releasing the album and also recording it. You know, no one's going to really put, 20 hours a day into recording and getting an album out other than the band members. So we definitely put a lot of work in, and I hope people dig it.
Just monetary frustrations, I would say, more than anything. The album we recorded in Sweden was a lot cheaper than the album we recorded in Nashville, oddly enough, considering we're from Canada. But in Sweden, we were able to stay in the studio, so we didn't have to spend a bunch of money on a hotel, which is like what we did in Nashville. But that was when we were young and stupid, and so we're slowly getting better at doing everything.
We're old and less stupid now.
Yeah. I don't know. I think it's just what we like. It's sort of hard to say. It's like, why do you like, what you like? And it's kind of just what you like. I don't know.
Yeah. It's just the most metal.
It's got the most shredding. I think that's a big thing for us, is like almost everybody in the band is also a guitar player. And so when we were like kids listening to like classic rock music and you want like crazier and crazier guitar solos, and that sort of like morphs into like speed metal, heavy metal stuff, like especially for guitar, like virtuosity, I guess. It's so for me, I think that's why I was like drawn to it, just because it has the coolest guitar work, I think.
Yep. The most shred.
I would say probably finishing this album on time, and sort of like we were a little bit concerned because we were doing a lot of it ourselves, and then sometimes it can take a long time, so we sort of like made sure we stayed on top of it, because that could have taken a long time, I think.
Yeah, I think getting this album out is probably our biggest achievement. It's we did it all ourselves. I mean, obviously we had a lot of help along the way, but it's our first independent release on this kind of scale, and it's a huge learning experience for everyone in the band. Trying to run your own label now that we're independent. So there's a lot of learning that goes along, and trying to get we have some of our biggest tours coming up, or we're on right now, and getting the album out has been a huge thing for us.
Main stage talking, maybe. I don't know, something like that.
Yeah.
I think our main focus is to just continually grow and keep putting out music that we like, and see where that takes us. I mean, as far as where we think we'll be in 5 years, hopefully making some money. Or just
can pay for our own beers.
Yeah, exactly. Probably, yeah, because we're not too crazy. I mean, I think we drink as much beer on the road as we drink at home, so it's not a weird shift. Like, we don't like change from who we are at home to like who we are on tour. It's more, we just are the same people but in a different city.
Yeah.
Most of the time, everybody is working like a regular job at home, and we're slowly transitioning out of that, hopefully in the next year or two. But for now, we all have jobs at home that suck, and
work sucks.
I work in a warehouse, and
for me, I do lots of strange jobs. I'm a private consultant. I do a lot of work on bike lanes for the city of Edmonton, as well as a lot of other government things. And sometimes I help Dan out working at a warehouse.
It's pretty sweet.
Very heavy metal.
Some people do, some people don't. A lot of times when you go on tour, they say like, "Oh, have a good vacation," and it's just like, would you go on a vacation and spend 12 hours a day in a van with like 5 dudes? It's not. I mean, it's fun, but it's not like a vacation, I wouldn't say. Some people are really supportive though. I mean, like all of our families and a lot of the people we work for are super supportive, give us time off work and stuff like that. Because they know, they're like, everybody likes to live vicariously, kind of, I guess, through us a little bit.
We also had a lot of support from the city of Edmonton, actually. We won an Edmonton Music Prize, and we've been nominated for a lot of local music awards. So there's a lot of support from our hometown and the people in it and stuff like that.
It's pretty sweet. They give it, like some of the prizes, they give you some money and stuff too, so it's really helpful because there is a lot of costs involved in being in a band. I think a lot of people probably don't realize how much money you have to put in to be able to, like, for example, to come to Europe, it's like about $5,000 just for flights to get here. So we're already at a disadvantage compared to a lot of European bands when it comes to touring Europe. So it's definitely nice to get that from the city of Edmonton.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dos cerveza, por favor.
Yeah. Mainly, I hope it happens. It's been kind of like up in the air. Like we were supposed to go to Mexico in
December,
yeah.
right before this tour, actually.
And they decided that it wasn't going to work out, so they've moved it, and it's been a lot. Like, I don't know. We're not entirely sure what's happening yet, but we've had some friends like Skullfist who went down there with the same agency and said it was really cool. So hopefully we'll actually see them, I guess.
Yeah, we have some of the contracts, not all of them. So.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess it depends on how seriously you want to take it. If you want to be in a band that's playing shows and touring and stuff, then I think it's like our drummer was saying before, it's like, get ready to lose some money before you make some money.
Yeah.
Because it's like, I think a lot of bands, they focus on their live stuff, and I mean, that's important, but then they don't spend any money on recordings, and the recordings sound really bad, and you're like, well, no one cares about your band anymore, because other than your local city, you can't spread your music without having sort of good quality music. So I think number one thing is take the time and maybe save some money to pay for a good recording session, or if you're good enough, get a label to do it.
Yeah.
I'm Dan.
I'm Tim. We're from Stryker.
Hey, I'm Dan.
And I'm Tim from Stryker.
And thanks for watching Headbangers Lifestyle. Hey, I'm Dan.
And I'm Tim. We're from Stryker.
And you're finished watching Headbangers Lifestyle.
Thank you for watching Headbangers Lifestyle.
What?